So I just, as you can see, left testing, and oh my god, look at that, I got a 74%, and I was not like expecting, I didn't even know like what my score, what I wanted it to be, didn't know what to expect, but I'm like over the moon, like super ecstatic right now. And as you can see, I have like no makeup on, I'm looking a bit rough, but yeah, the last couple of days, like the last week, it's just been crazy, so I'm super stoked and excited. So just wanted to let you guys know, so excited. I worked so hard for this, I'm so excited. Woohoo! Bye. Hey guys, so it's just, you see it's sunny out. It's such a beautiful day, and I'm like absolutely over the moon, and I just wanted to touch on just how great everything's going today, except for Chipotle. I had to wait in line like 15 minutes to get food, and I needed to before work because I was getting like a hunger headache. I only had an apple before testing this morning because I kind of get like test anxiety, and to counter that, I just try to make sure I drink like enough fluids, but I don't eat anything prior to testing really because my stomach does not do well. Like I just get very nervous. And you know, that was for the ATI TEAS test, and then immediately after that, driving, and I kind of got lost on the way back because that was my first time out to that testing center. That testing center was not at the school that I'm going to, so I did get lost a little bit on the way back home, and then I had to go straight to school and then do my final exam for medical terminology, which I do not study for at all, but I was, like I said, I was doing very well in the class, but that's because I was putting in that studying time. But then I switched over pretty much all of my efforts to studying for the TEAS for the 22 days from the point I found out that I was going to do this. I'm going to go for the LPN program. So today is just going beautifully. It's just, look at it. It's so sunny out and it's lovely, and I passed my final, I passed my class. I was freaking awesome. I'm like one of the top 5 people in medical terminology that did great, and then I came in as proficient, and my tester, the person that met with us after our TEAS test individually, she was just like, you know, you scored really great, and just telling me that I'm going to do spectacular. And you know, I was just giving her feedback about, you know, school and how I'm at the community college and how I work 2 jobs and how I've been contemplating, you know, what to do and how to build myself up and how to, you know, make an impact in my life and others, but also my life, because I feel kind of stuck and I don't want to be stuck, you know. And I just can't believe that I set a goal, I met that goal, and I am continuing down this goal path that I have for becoming a nurse. I am doing it, and I am also looking for a place to park right now. So there's more to this video to come. I just wanted to, you know, get on and talk a little bit on my way to work because I just have all these thoughts running through my head, and I'm just very happy, and I'm very happy with myself, and I just need to just keep it going. So talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey you guys, okay, so I just want to come on really quick. It's the day after my TEAS exam, and I just want to come on with some of my study tips. I'm on campus right now, like I'm on my lunch break, so I just want to make this video really fast. So sorry about the dappled sunlight and all that jazz. Anyhow, number one, I want to say planning was like the most major thing for me. I didn't find out, I went to orientation for the program like 22 days before the TEAS test, and that was the second TEAS that they were offering for the course that I wanted to sign up for. So planning was like absolutely crucial. I did not have my planner at the time, so I did literally write down everything on a sheet of paper, like when I had to work, when I wanted to study, like what I wanted to study. And I'll just give you a glimpse into my planner here if you can see it. I just have like study, and just like vacate with Tom, TEAS, doctor's appointments, all that jazz. And now that I have this planner, which I found, which is like the most perfect thing ever, I'm ecstatic. So, like I said, I had 22 days, but I did not start studying until day 20, and that's when I got the ATI TEAS book, the official study guide, the manual, this one, which is honestly, that was just not, it was not enough. They even tell you in the book, they're like, oh, there are other resources you can use in addition to this to like get to learn what you need to know, which I was kind of like upset about. I was upset that I spent like over 30 bucks for a book that did not give me everything I needed. So I purchased this book. I got it from Borders. They did the price comparison online. I got it in store, but I bought it online, so I just picked it up in store. And this was like huge, as you can see, all of my notes, and the book has like some tanning to it. Like, it is definitely well loved. I used my books. I literally went through every, I didn't have time. I tried to go through every single page, every single chapter, but towards the end I ended up skipping around, trying to get in a little bit from each chapter, which was evident in chemistry because my science score wasn't that high. Because there were things I just did not freaking know at all, and I didn't get to, you know, do the whole TEAS review. So here you can see some math that I did, but you see at the top, like, I put the day I started studying, which was the 28th. So like, I literally went through and I would write down the day I'm studying, and day 1 of 20, I basically did a countdown to keep myself motivated as my 20 days was up, which was when my test day was. And I joined some Facebook groups, some Instagram groups. I highly suggest that, like, find people in the same boat as you, as those were great resources. People would say, oh, this might be on the test, this might be on the test, I tested, this might be it. Your test, I think there's 6 different versions, so your test might not necessarily have what other people's did have, but I can assure you there's going to be something, because my tests had some things people mentioned, and I would like write out on a sheet of paper different things people mentioned on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, look this up, memorize this, you know, figure it out. In addition to using Facebook as an aid, I had a bunch of printouts. These are all printouts from different Facebook groups I was on. In addition to the groups, there was only 2. I did my own research, and I found, you know, like a chart of like the hormones that I needed to know, just to make it easier for me to study. And, you know, measurements, word problems. I went through and I like printed out a ton of word problems for me to practice and do. I feel like I'm super dark. Sorry, you guys. So again, use the internet. It was just like so huge. It was such a huge resource. And another thing I want to say is flashcards and pretty highlighters that you can see in my bag. I made as many flashcards as I could within the 20 days. And when I was sitting in traffic, sitting at my desk, walking somewhere, I was looking through flashcards. I do not have the app. I didn't pay for the app. I didn't take any of the practice tests. Like, I got my 74% based off of only studying for 20 days and doing everything I just told you guys. And I did also like print out a bunch of other information and put in a binder for me to use to study from. So I hope these tips help you guys, and feel free. Okay, so just to summarize everything, just make sure you get a planner, whether it's a sheet of paper or a book. Like I said, I just worked a ton of hours at work. I studied at work when I could, had my flashcards from the car. Had flashcards when I was on vacation with a boyfriend. I tried to study in between my vacation. Didn't work out as well as I had planned, but you know, for 20 days, I think I did pretty well. And I think that if I had more time, then my score would be greater. But for not being in school for a while and jumping into spring summer classes, you know, my word processing class and medical terminology, those kind of were like a good surprise and buffer for getting me ready for now, because I had my learning style down and all that jazz. So just want to like encourage you guys to, you know, focus and, you know, set goals for yourself, small goals every single day, because that's pretty much what helped me get to where I needed to be to study for this test and to get to the point where I was accepted into the program, which now I just have the second part of the process to do, which is the panel interview, since I made the score. Oh, and the score for my school was like, it was under what, I think it was like, it was 40 something, 50% that you needed on the TEAS to get into the program. So at 74, obviously I got in. And for people that, you know, are struggling with the TEAS, study, figure out your learning styles. Like mine, I do all 3. Like I do active studying. I actually have to like take notes. I have to like summarize things, tell people stuff, flashcards, just like everything, unless I will not retain information. I cannot just be passive and just read only, because it will not stick. I need to like conceptualize stuff. I need to know why certain body parts and stuff work. Like for all the questions that asked about organs and how things work and the gastric system and all that stuff, like I did great. It was chemistry that got me, because I didn't get to study any chemistry. Apart from putting together chemical equations, which I learned, I didn't get anything else. So I think I had like 7 chemistry questions, and it was like, but on the other science portion, scientific reasoning and, you know, questions about the human body and stuff, I did great, because that's what I studied for, and medical terminology prepared me for that. So yeah, hopefully this video helps you guys, and if I had $65 just laying around to retake the test for a better score, I totally would, but I don't, and my test alone was $75. Like, I'm taking my 74% and taking that $75 loss, and I'm going to go ahead and apply to my school because I've exceeded the requirements. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.